Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Psychic MD and I'm here to do another pick a card reading. This time we're going to be doing pick a deck, okay? So you have your options. This is going to be option 1, the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Option 2, the Relative Tarot. Or option 3, the Lost Hollow. I'll be using clarifying cards and anything else that Spirit wants me to use. So thank you so much, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi, option 1. My name is Griselle with Psychic MD. If you chose this beautiful Guardian of the Night Tarot, then this message is for you. I'm going to get a little sagey sage going, just because that's what we do. For those of you that are brand new to my channel, welcome, welcome. And for those of you that have entered and come back for more shenanigans, thank you so much for stopping in. Everyone is welcome, and I hope that everyone finds exactly what it is that you are seeking. So let's see what the cards have to say today. All right, for pile 1. Show me what I need to see for pile 1. I'm going to pause this for a moment. All right. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1, please. Anything that's going to be helpful. Anything that is going to give them great direction, inspire, whatever it is that pile number 1 needs to see, please. What do we need to see? And show me now. The King of Swords. So this king is a king who sometimes doesn't have a lot to say initially. But this is also the king that when they speak, people stop and listen, because the words are so precise, so analytical. Maybe perhaps this person doesn't speak a lot, so when they do speak, people are definitely just automatically riveted, and this person can silence a room. Now, when I was shuffling, what came to mind are actual hands that were waving goodbye. So perhaps this is saying that you yourself are waving someone on goodbye. This could be because a loved one crossed over, or someone moved away, or you moved away, or perhaps simply because your chapter together has ended or is placed on pause for now, and there is a time that you need to go your separate ways. I'm being drawn to, of course, the sword that the owl is sitting on. So this person, I feel like, can be a keen observer. You could be the keen observer. But this person also has the ability to, almost like, this person would be described as having eyes in the back of their head, okay? Because this owl can literally rotate their head almost all the way around, and be able to see so much more than your typical creature can see, okay? I want to say that poppies or poppy seed can be something important. Maybe perhaps, you know, I live in California, so perhaps it's a tie to California, related to California, or just talking about poppy seeds in general. So take the messages that seem to fit, and the other ones just go ahead and freely discard, of course. I'm going to say that this person is, you know, they're a King of Swords. They're not rash and crass. They're going to go ahead and make moves that are really strategic, and that are true, and that are with surgical precision. This person can appear cold, but I feel like that is, you know, far from it. This person, if they didn't care as much, they wouldn't be observing. They wouldn't be thinking. They wouldn't be really trying to do the right thing with such precision and such care. That's one thing, okay? I love, and I'm being drawn to like the woods in the back here, and the trees. I love that. And of course it's nighttime, so perhaps you could be in the dark about how this person is moving, or vice versa. I also believe because this person who is can come across as like quiet or guarded or shy initially, I don't think that people really understand how intelligent they are or intellectual they are, or how precise they can be by nature, okay? They keep a lot of this to themselves, and when it does come out, people are actually really quite shocked. So let's see if we can get a little bit more about what this pertains to, pile number 1. Now these are, this is a whole different deck. This card is the Before Tarot. I'll actually show you the little box for those of you guys that are interested, or nerds like me. See if that will come in kind of clear. Okay, pretty cool little deck. So let's get a little bit of information. Why is the King of Swords here for pile number 1? Why is the King of Swords here? And show me now. The Magician. So I feel like this is saying that this person is either trying to manifest things in their life or master their own life. They're gathering together all of their energy, all of their courage, all of their talents in order to start a brand new creation. I feel like this person is listening to self, their higher self, but most of all, I do feel like there's a deep connection to spirit. Interesting part about this is that how this sword is being wielded, and it's almost like, okay, I've cut off a few things so that I could see better. Maybe they cut off some vegetation around so they can actually fit this table, or be able to see what they are working with in reality. And sometimes, you know, it's just like plants. You need to kind of prune things back in order for them to kind of grow properly, or to make way for a road or pavements or whatever the case may be. Now, it could also be an instance where this person or you had to cut things back because it was a fire hazard. I live in a place where fire hazards are real. So you have to have a plan and some knowledge about the area, and you have to kind of be aware, you know, heads up. So perhaps this person is saying that I had to really prune things around my own house in order to take precautions that things did not implode or go up in flames and things like that. So of course I'm using metaphors, but what I mean by that is that, you know, perhaps this person or you yourself had to do some cleanup and cleaning up debris in the area because it was too close to home, and that would not be healthy for the house. It would be a fire hazard, or perhaps it created areas where thieves can just easily break in and cause damage and or steal, or whatever the case may be. So whatever it is, I feel like this person is just really protecting their vision and really opening things up to what is growing and getting rid of stagnancy in their life, okay? Or in your life, of course. So what else do we need to know? Show me what I need to see. For pile number 1, please. Pile number 1, where are these cards on the table for you? For the King of Swords, why is that here? Along with the Magician, and show me now. The Hermit, yeah. So the Hermit can, you know, the Hermit indicates a need to go back to the past. Hope this is really coming in clear because I can't see the screen. And this talks about an icy situation. This Hermit has withdrawn their energy. They've gone to go within. They've gone to reach for the stars. And in particular, they're reaching for their stars. So that can mean something that they really desired in the past that really kind of was a dream. For example, say you love to sing, or you love to perform, you love to dance. And this is something that throughout life's trials and tribulations, or whatever the case may be, perhaps you moseyed on in your life and you kind of cut yourself off from that and let go of those dreams. So this is a return. This is returning to a place, first of all, inward, to see what it is that you want to rescue from your past, that really lit a lamp, lit a fire within your own heart, lit some excitement perhaps. Okay, so the Hermit is full of wisdom, and they're in to really retrieve information within themselves so that they can actually put it in this lantern and light up the world with it. So I think that is saying that perhaps you or someone that you love has gone within so that they can really retrieve things that the world needs. Now is the time, and they're listening to their inner dialogue. And this could be perhaps really perplexing for people around them, around you, whatever the case may be. And people may not really understand it. But this is a time for this person to really withdraw and, cut off everything that hinders or that is just static or interference, and really go after what it is that they wish for. And really, it may appear selfish, but more than anything, it is for the world, because I feel like this light is actually a lamp to the world, which is really powerful. I was not expecting that. Okay, so pile number 1, show me more. Show me what I need to see. Where are these cards here, please? Clarification for pile number 1. And if this is you, good for you. It's great to be able to go after what it is that you desire. And yeah, woohoo, look at Queen of Swords. So we have the King and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like this withdrawal is really allowing for you to be able to go within and also to gain a higher perspective. So this is you perhaps surveilling the land. This Queen is shown here, of course, as a queen in motion. I feel like there's a lot of purity to what it is that is driving you or this person in your life at the current time. And I get that because the owl is white, and it's like there's no real self-interest. It really is driven by a higher purpose, okay? And so maybe these moves are made in stealth or within the nighttime or things like that. But this queen has surveilled everything around and has really made decisions on what it is. And they've not been easy decisions, but decisions on what it is that hinders. They've taken stock of what it is around their home, metaphorically speaking, and just really cut out everything that just didn't serve for now, okay? This queen doesn't do anything just for the heck of it. And I do feel like with this, the more that you start pruning out things that aren't you anymore, it could be, for example, like you volunteered a place and your heart hasn't been in it for a long time. Yes, volunteering to community is a very important, powerful thing. But if it really isn't what lights your lamp, what lights your fire, what gets you excited, then maybe perhaps it is not your position to volunteer at that place. Maybe you're needed elsewhere. So it could be anything like that as well. All right. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1, please. Why is Magician here? Why is the King of Swords here with the Queen of Swords and the Hermit? Show me more about this for pile number 1. Show me now. The 8 of Cups. Yeah, so the 8 of Cups indicates to me that this queen already took stock and took a look at what was around her or him. And keep in mind, you guys, we read strictly energy. We don't read sex. You know, it doesn't make a difference whether it's male or female. It's strictly energy. So with the 8 of Cups, it just tells me that in order to really bring onto earth what is inspired action, what this person's purpose is, or their dream or their drive, they've had to walk away from a lot of things. And the 8 of Cups is things that they really spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of emotion pouring themselves into. I mean, look at this. I think it's called a Bengal tiger. I won't swear to it, but it's just incredibly beautiful that you know, maybe perhaps you like measured each and every cup. You mix the elixir like you're a, let's say what they call it, mixologist, where you took your time with each and every cup, and you measured everything out, and you really wanted things to go super well. And here's this kind of like dream or idea or notion, but things were getting frozen out. Instead of feeling like these are clouds, I feel like this is kind of like ice, just being frozen and not being able to progress. And so I feel like this Bengal tiger just said, you know, there's different paths in front of me, and I really need to let go of things that have not brought me happiness, that I just really tried. But I never found that 9th cup. I feel like that's what this is saying right now, okay? So whether you've moved on or walked away from things or people or situations, just know that it is the right thing for you. I feel like you connecting even more to Mother Earth and to things that are green, whatever that means to you. It could be fall in your area, or whenever you decide, because these are timeless readings, fall could be around the corner, things like that. Oh, look, we've got the Devil. So, oh, okay, we have a couple of different cards actually. Yeah, so maybe perhaps this is saying that the reason that you had to walk away is that things were an incredible burden. Like, it was a burden to continue doing things where you were not getting the emotional gratification. Maybe perhaps you weren't getting the recognition, or simply this means that you were not fulfilling your destiny or your purpose, being stuck in whatever pattern it is. Because right here, the Devil has 2 people chained to them, okay? So this could be obsessions, this could be addictions, this could be forms of behavior of maybe giving to people, places, and things that you have not necessarily received anything from. Okay, so your 9th cup awaits elsewhere, and that is the indication that this has proved to be too much of a burden, and that now's the time not to pick up other people's burdens, but allow them the responsibility and the privilege to learn their own lessons through life, through, you know, the law of consequence, or the law of whatever it is that they need to learn from currently. So I feel like this has affected your security, other people's security as well. Because there's a lot of red here. And then it's like, and this is stating, this is a warning also to you. I think that you already know this, but beware of picking up other people's wands, meaning other people's responsibilities. If they're not willing to carry them, then it is perfectly okay for them not to be willing to carry them. But it is also time to know that it is not your place to carry those responsibilities, okay? You're not doing anyone a favor by doing so. Any last messages, please? So this is confirmation that whatever it is that you had to do, you are moving in the correct direction. Anything else that we need to know, please show me now. Yeah, the Lovers. So there's going to be a decision that needs to be made. Something that is going to really have a really big impact on you, okay? And so I feel like that's where you're in the period of making decisions and even cutting things away even further, or pruning things back, or this is a decision of 2 different roads, 2 equally important things that you could see working out for you. And there is a need to kind of take a deep breath and do a little bit more surveillance, a little bit more investigative work, things like that, okay? So you have a lot of options and choices open and coming towards you. And I do feel like you have broken free with 8 of Cups. It tells me that you broke free from maybe things that were status quo, that just had you in the dark, have made you felt controlled, made you feel enslaved. Maybe you escaped from a master manipulator, from somebody who wanted it their way. This little rivet thing, I don't know what that's really called, but it looks almost like a ring. So this could be even a marriage or situation, or a partnership that you were tied to some way, somehow, that was extremely controlling and even put your tail on fire. And it's like, you know what, I control you and I say how things go. And this could be extreme obsession as well. So in this category, it could be addiction, any of those things. So whether you were letting go of somebody who has control issues, or is addicted to control, or is addicted to obsessive controlling you, or obsessing over you, whatever the case may be, you made the right move. Now, I feel like your hand, you're going to be extended like many hands, a lot of help, a lot of, I think the sun is shining. I think that's really beautiful. And again, I think that there is going to be a lightness to your security, that things are going to start coming in a lot easier now that you have kind of laid things down that are not really yours to carry. Show me why the Lovers is here for pile number 1, please. Pile number 1, show me why the Lovers is here for pile number 1, and show me now. The Hangman, yeah. So I feel like this is a time of healing. There's a time of looking at things from a different perspective, a little bit of a time of hibernation, but definitely a time and a need to look at things from a different perspective. And I think that, you know, you're going to be kind of evaluating things and looking at how it is that you were in a position that you actually poured 8 cups, like, and you took such time and such care to do so, but it didn't work. It didn't please anyone. It didn't give you certainly any emotional gratification. And so I think this is a time that you are going to look at things that you really worried about, you agonized about, that you really thought deeply about, and maybe dealt with a ton of anxiety around a situation. And you're going to look at things from a different perspective, from a spiritual perspective, and allow those messages to come through, because you are definitely divinely committed to spirit. And I can see that with the White Owl, and of course with the Magician, really trying to manifest, as well as the Hermit card. Okay, and last message for pile number 1, please. If you like these kind of messages, do smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Last message for pile number 1. Show me now. Yay! So we have the 10 of Cups. I'm such a dork. Okay. So with the 10 of Cups we see here, this is emotional fulfillment. You went from the 8 of Cups, and maybe we're missing the 2 of Cups, of course, right? 8, 9, 10. So the 2 of Cups is all about partnerships. It's all about, we see eye to eye. We get each other. It's almost like soulmate energy. It's almost like I found my twin flame kind of a thing. So regardless if you're looking for 2 of Cups, or like a best friend, or somebody who just really sees you, we have right in the center right here a cup, which is the Ace of Cups, of course, which is emotional, spiritual, mental, physical gratification, but most of all, just having an incredibly deep connection with another person or a situation. Now, you could have a lot of like animals around you, or you could really be a magnet for animals, or just love animals in general. I love the bat here. I didn't even notice them before, but I feel like this journey is leading you to emotional fulfillment. And I'm looking at the little moth. Maybe that's a moon moth or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like the clouds are really parting and showing you, you know, that there are really different seasons to everything. There's seasons to relationships as well. And so there are definitely times when, a season of not much is happening, things aren't growing, things might feel icy, and then all of a sudden things spring back into life. So don't be afraid of seasons. Everything has a season. So do we. Animals have a season. I heard mating season, so yeah, good luck to you, whatever that's about. That's all on you. But even a season of using your intuition, of using your instinct, your animal instinct, a season of communing with the animal, with wildlife, with getting grounded and things like that. And I feel like pretty soon you're going to start seeing things growing, and it is going to provide that emotional fulfillment that we all are striving and looking for. Okay, so I hope that you like that message. I am super excited for you. I wish you many, many blessings and much healing, and namaste. Thank you. Hi, pile number 2. This message is for you. We're going to go ahead and get a little sagey sage while we talk. My name is Griselle, and I'm with Psychic MD. I'm here to do your reading, of course. Wow. Okay, here we go. There we go. So you chose the Relative Tarot. I'll be clarifying as well with a different deck. So for those of you that are repeat offenders, I want to thank you, send a very warm welcome. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping in. I hope that everyone gets out of this exactly what it is they want. Show me what I need to see for pile number 2, please. Pile number 2, what do we have for you? Pile number 2, what is important? What is going to really guide, help, lead, encourage? What is it that pile number 2 needs to know, Spirit, right now? Pile number 2. Show me now. I'm being shown a school of fish swimming in a circle. Circle, circle. We'll see if this fits. And we'll see what transpires. We've got the Queen of Wands. You guys, look at these beautiful images. Oh my gosh. Every time. In fact, I got this deck. I got this deck here, I believe. I bought it in Grass Valley. But anyways, Queen of Wands. This is the mover and the shaker. This is probably the most beautiful queen, I think, of the entire deck. This is a queen that really looks like they belong in a movie set or a theater. But this is also Queen of Action. Now, this could be male, female. It doesn't necessarily have to mean a female. This is just energy. On this channel, we strictly read energy, not necessarily sex, okay? I'm just going to say that this could be a boss. This could be an owner, business owner, people that have a lot of ideas for businesses. This could be a manager, a lead, team lead, anything like that, okay? So let's find out a little bit more. Show me what I need to see. Oh, hi, for pile number 2. Okay, your cards are just straight popping. We are not messing around today. I have the 10 of Pentacles. I have the Hanged Man. I'm trying to see how this looks on camera, and so it's very wonky. Like, I just haven't figured out my setup. I apologize. And then we have the Star right here. Yeah, I love this. Okay, so this kind of falls in line with what I was talking about a little bit. Like, this queen can really appear like a movie star. It doesn't necessarily have to be. But, you know, this is somebody who is a hard worker. This is somebody who perhaps even is a dreamer, very much a healer. I get healing vibes. And I feel like this actually is really talking to me about you. So pile number 2, if you selected this, I feel like I'm going to say that you have healing abilities, capabilities that were handed down from your ancestors. I'm going to say that this was probably not something that was respected within... I don't want to say the family lineage, I feel like respected it, but I also feel like people in the community in general did not maybe perhaps understand that unless they were people that were seeking help, okay? And that's a completely different, I guess, energy. So I'm going to say that you have inherited these abilities from your ancestors, okay? From your gene pool, from your DNA. I believe things like that can be handed down, but you don't necessarily have to believe that, okay? And I think that this is a time that you are really hoping and wishing to take your talents, your spiritual gifts and things like that, and be able to really even create a business with it, or just be really open about it, be able to point people to the light, if you will, whatever it is that that means to you. I don't believe that at all this is like in separation of God or spirit, because I definitely believe in God and spirit, but that's your own, you know, personal belief system. Doesn't make a difference necessarily here. I'm just going to say that with the Star, it's very much healing vibes. It's dancing to the beat of your own drum. It is listening to your own personal calling. I feel like with the Star, this tells me that you perhaps went within. You might have a message in pile number 1 specifically, where you went within yourself and you really brought back the Star, or what it is that makes your heart just elated, excited. And I feel like that that's how you are headed. You're headed that way. Now, interesting that we have the Hanged Man right here. Hanged Man. Why was that so difficult to say? So I'm just going to say with the Hanged Man, and this one is really in particular different than other ones that I've seen. Let's see if we can get this to zoom in so you can have a nice little look-see. That is kind of distracting right there. But I feel like with this Hanged Man, you know, this is somebody who is going within, who is really trying to look at things from a higher perspective, a different perspective, okay? They are definitely, wow. I mean, look at that setup, completely bound, even collared, and there's like cuffs to this tree. It's like, you're not getting away from this. So maybe something that maybe you ran away from, that you didn't even want to deal with, that you're like, you know, I don't, if you come from a long line of healers or psychics like I do, maybe you ran away and you're like, I just don't want this. And almost it's like spirit saying, yeah, this is what your mission is. So you may not want this right now, but this is kind of, you need to look at things a little bit differently. So there's a need to look at things from a different or higher perspective, okay? Whew. A little bit heavy energy. I feel like these talents, these gifts could have caused your family grief and some kind of strife as well. In the past, you could have like maybe heard stories about people in your family lineage that maybe you never even perhaps met. And I feel like there's even more to discover that you have not yet uncovered. Okay. And I think that utilizing the color green at this point in time is going to be extremely beneficial to you. It would be very, very healing, but also I feel like it would help to ground you as well. So anything that you could put on your person that is a color green to help your heart chakra as well, to heal during this time that maybe perhaps you're kind of like, okay, I don't really want to do this, or I don't know what this is. During the time that you're really contemplating and trying to look at things from a different perspective, it is going to be extremely helpful, to say the least. All right. Let's see what else we get here. I love how she's almost like a part of the sky, and I'm being brought to kind of the idea that, you know, some people say that we're made of stars and dust and all things that are kind of like magical, and I sort of like that idea. And I feel like this is even saying, it's kind of an echo of that. It's like, this is a cycle. It's almost like our ancestors did what they did with what they could at that point in time. And that now your mission is to carry things further. Now, the things might seem scary. They seem maybe different than what it is that you initially wanted, or you can't see a way how to make this into a business, or how to make this into something that really makes you stand out and shine. Yeah, in a way that's grounding and profitable. Excuse me. You may have a tendency also at this point in time to have difficulty articulating your feelings, expressing yourself, because I'm having a problem with my throat chakra once again, with a lot of clearing. So maybe you need to energetically go see like a Reiki healer that can help clear your throat chakra, or you can do it yourself. There's a ton of videos online that you can actually utilize for this very purpose. Okay. So show me what I need to see for pile number 2, please. Where are these cards here for pile? Good grief. Ask a question. Ask and you shall receive. And show me now. Ah, okay. So we have the Fool. This is taking a chance. And of course we have, that's funny, just looking at the expression of these guys right here. Interesting, very interesting expression. But anyways, this is about taking a chance, taking a leap of faith and knowing exactly how to proceed. Okay, so the Fool right here is just kind of plucking a rose, and it looks to me like he's not really quite friends yet with this dog that's going to warn him. So it's almost like this is saying that you're not friends with your intuition quite yet, that you're really super close, obviously, but you're not 100% listening to your intuition. And that, you know, the message I'm getting is pack lightly. So sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, and you go back and forth with this energy, which is why this is here. Now, the Two of Cups is all about, ooh, hi, you know, seeing eye to eye, being at one, offering each other the Ace of Cups. And Two Cups, of course, you know, the Ace of Cups, if you have one, then you're going to offer it or even sip out of it with someone that has the same cup, meaning that they're just really a mirror image of you. And I feel like these two people are meeting and it's like, wow, you're just like me, but we're so different. Look at, she's very earthy and very like kind of spiritual, and this person's like really quite flamboyant. And it's almost like, yeah, I don't really get that. Now, you could have issues with getting grounded. See her red shoes. It's like, I don't want to leave what's safe. I want to be grounded, things like that. So you definitely want to be aware of that, but also medicine can be something that is on the forefront. So maybe you're being drawn to more holistic medicine, naturopathic medicine, or you're just like looking at big pharma, like just, I cannot, okay? It's just really interesting to me. Now you're going to go back and forth with these energies. As soon as you get a higher perspective of things, things will go a lot smoother for you, okay? I think those are really cool. And I'm going to go ahead and pause this for just one moment. I'll be right back. All right. Pile number 2. Let's get a little bit more energy. Show me why these cards are here for my pile number 2, please. And show me now. All right, I definitely feel like you have a message, possibly in pile number 1, but only if you feel drawn to it, of course. So we have the 10 of Wands. It's like things could have been a burden, or perhaps you just felt like this family gift has been a burden some way, somehow. I can definitely relate to that because who exactly signs up to want to see dead people? Not I, said the fly, but here we are. So perhaps you're having situations where you kind of felt like it was burdensome to really carry on the family lineage in some way, somehow, some form, if that makes sense. And it is now time to step aside and go ahead and get a spiritual perspective or higher perspective of what it is that is, I don't want to say expected of you, but you know, it's going to be about anything that you view as challenge accepted. So I do feel like this really is highly intertwined with your destiny. So if you choose to go ahead and ignore the calling or decide that, you know, that's not for me, or I still want to continue just doing the 9 to 5 like I really had decided for most of my life, that is your prerogative. I do feel like this is going to continue to develop or chase you or haunt you one way or another until you actually find a different perspective on how to deal with it, okay? So I love the fact that we're getting cards of healing, and there may be perhaps an element of you that needs to be healed prior to you accepting this whole thing, whatever this is for you. It's going to be different for everyone, okay? So anything else that we need to know? Because I have the King of Wands here. This is once again the partnership, the being really keen on building businesses, on being movers and shakers and things like that. You might have a divine counterpart that actually helps you establish a business of some sort, or being able to turn whatever this is into a stream of money. Show me what I need to see. Why are these cards here, please, for my pile number 2? Why are these cards here for pile number 2, please? And show me now. All right, yeah, there's definitely a decision to be made. I feel, excuse me, like we have the 2 of Wands here. This is all about what gets you excited, what makes you feel impassioned, what gets you feeling invigorated. So all of those questions, these could be creative projects, anything like that. And I feel like this is you just kind of looking over to the horizon. It's like, do I go with the status quo of what I've been doing? And is it really fulfilling? Do I feel like it's fulfilling my purpose? With all of this yellow here, I'm being drawn to the yellow. And I feel like with the solar plexus, that is our seat of desire. That's what's going to give you clues as to what you really want to do with your life, if that is the path that you are on, is first questioning, okay? So you might want to do some solar plexus work or exploration, or even making a simple list of hobbies and things that really bring a lot of joy and delight to you. Do you like to garden? Do you like to work on cars? Do you like to ride motorcycles? Do you like to take hikes? Do you like to work with animals? Whatever the case may be, make those lists and kind of take a look and see where you can maybe even combine things to, I don't want to say maximize, but you know, things could really be combined. And I want to encourage you also not to think about what already exists out in the world, because I feel like you are in some ways a trailblazer, and you're going to be creating things that have never been seen before, and really grouping things together that have never been grouped together prior. And you know, why not? Because somebody created the template that we currently have been using for many years. So why not do a little bit of groundbreaking? Okay, that was really hard to say, groundbreaking. I can speak, you guys. Now, these two cards were at left at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I'm gonna take them as well. Here's the Two of Cups. Okay, I definitely feel like you do have a message in pile number 1. If you head there, you will in fact see why. Here's the Two of Cups missing from pile number 1. Now, you may have a fear of having people kind of doing things behind your back or not being really upfront with you. And this can make it hard to really share your thoughts and feelings and emotions with other people and collaborate. I do feel like there's some form of collaboration involved in this, but I feel like that's only once that you accept what it is that you were meant to do in this world. Now, it could be really different things. I'm going to throw out some options for you. It could be things that sound like, you know, I could never make money at this, Griselle. Well, if that's what you think, then you're totally right. You can never make money doing that. However, if you change your perspective, look at things differently, and look to really fill a need, a community need or a service or anything like that, anything that you actually group together is, I don't want to say marketable, that's the first word that comes to mind, but can be sold as a service. And I don't know, I'm all about the freelance, the you know, building businesses that don't exist. I'm definitely a different kind of a thinker there, but I digress. So show me more, please, for pile number 2. Pile number 2, what are these cards here, please? Why are these cards here? And show me now. Six of Cups. I feel like this is returning to something that you really enjoyed. Something from your youth. This could be moving back to where you used to live when you were a child, when you were growing up, anything like that. It also indicates a lot of nostalgia, a lot of even preparing to return to things that really gave you joy, gave you that sweetness, gave you that innocence. So, oh wow, we're just friends. We're friends for friends. Remember when we had friendship for the sake of friendship, when there was no ulterior motive, there wasn't any, well, you drive this and I drive that, or can we partner up? There was no designs. It was just about a friendship. It's like, hey, pretty cool, you know, we can talk, we can chat, and everything's open. And then somewhere along the line, everything is so contrived and by design, and you don't fit in my world if you don't meet kind of this criteria because you serve no purpose, and vice versa. But I'm just saying that basically, because of all the yellow here, go back to what gives you joy. With your solar plexus, that's what's going to give you kind of clues as to what that is, okay? And I feel like that is going to motivate you into a, I guess, a more receptive mode. Okay, there's the Two of Cups, and there's the Two of Cups. I actually forgot about that part. But to be more receptive to people that really understand you, they get you, and things like that. And I wonder here if you are kind of holding yourself back because you've had experiences with people that are sneaky. I heard the word freaky, but don't judge me. Sneaky and freaky, whatever the case may be, right? Sneaking around behind your back, or things that were just not really done with a pure heart, and then you suffered. Maybe somebody stole from you, or like kind of stole your dreams or some illusions, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like that could be like something itching on the back of your mind, because this guy a little bit looks like a crackhead. It's undergoing some like withdrawal symptoms. I don't know here, but so perhaps you're thinking that perhaps like somebody did get into like I heard drug factory or drug life or whatever the case may be. And yeah, if that's you, then you need to kind of like forgive yourself and move on. But if that's someone around you, then, you know, use your intuition, because your intuition is spot on. Also, don't allow paranoia to sink in. I think that actions prove what a person is made of. It's very, very simple. We tend to make it very, very complicated. Last card I have for you, my dear pile number 2, is my all-time favorite card, the Nine of Pentacles. And I absolutely love this. This is where the Falcon is about to come into, I guess, communion. Is that how you want to say it? Is how I want to say it. Yeah, she took off her, is it falconer glove? I don't know, whatever. But you definitely want gloves when you handle these animals. And so she is just looking, and she's not even bothered that the falcon's going to return to her and she doesn't have her glove on. She's totally kind of chill at taking things in stride. I've done this a million times. And I feel like this is going to place you in a position where, you know, it's going to be, I don't want to be saying run of the mill, not at all. But it's definitely going to be a situation that when you accept you, you're definitely going to be feeling very, very comfortable. You're still going to be thinking, yeah, about security because she's got red on for like a cap or a hat, whatever the case that is. But I feel like it's also going to be something that makes you feel very at peace with yourself, content with yourself, and also trusting yourself. I think that is a major one for us, you know, during this reading. That's what I'm getting a lot. Is building that trust with you. So I think that maybe this has a lot to do with, you know, trusting you and being able to do things in a manner that is unique, and yet you're unbothered that other people may think differently about what you're doing. So another thing I want to say is that I feel like this, whatever this is, like your family has really handed down to you by talent, by whatever the case may be, whether you see dead people, whether you have the ability to make other people be healed, or whether you're a great energy worker, or whether you're a great mechanic, or a tradesman, I heard, or a great hunter, whatever the case may be. I feel like when you start doing this more, and maybe even initially looking to trade with people, then I think that you're going to start seeing that other people value those skills and those abilities as well. And that's going to be a really, really big thing, because then you can use it for trade. Let's say, you know, back in the day, I remember when I first started in optics, I had a doctor, ophthalmologist I worked for, and he would, you know, trade services. So I was constantly like kind of writing off services and kind of juggling back and forth. Well, I traded this, you know, this service for a new washer dryer and things like that. Those were the days. But I definitely feel like you'll be able to do those things and not have a bother on what other people think or feel about it. And it's going to enable you to save your own money. Also, it's going to enable you to trust yourself more, your instincts, your talents, your gifts, your intuition. I do feel like you have a knack, and if you don't right now, you will, for really dressing in a very beautiful manner, in a way that makes other people kind of take a second look. And I think that you're strictly just going to be you. And I know that sounds weird, but there's no more like conformity is what I really mean about that. So this is an incredibly, I heard the word splendid, okay? Splendid card to get for your reading, especially paired up with the Queen of Wands. So have belief in yourself, and also believe that, you know, things were created by somebody. And it just is a matter of whether we accept a color within the lines or we're going to color outside of them. And that choice is going to be up to you. But I love this reading for you. It's super exciting. Do drop a line down below if you feel led to. Let me know how it resonated. Otherwise, do click like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever it is that you feel led to as well. Thank you so much for your time. And until next time, namaste. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose pile number 3, now this message is strictly for you. For those of you that are repeat offenders and come back for some strange reason to my channel, I want to thank you so much for returning. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I hope all of you find exactly what it is that you are seeking. So pile number 3, you chose Lost Hollow. This is a brand new deck to me. And when I say I fell in love with it, let me tell you, I fell in love with this deck. Maybe that's not so much of an endorsement as I think it is, because all of you guys that actually do know me know I'm pretty obsessed with the tarot and different decks. But anyways, I digress. Here we go. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3, please. Messages for pile number 3. Anything that's going to help them. Anything that's going to open their eyes. Give them great direction. Give them amusement. Whatever it is that pile number 3 came here for. Spirit, what is it that they need to see, please? And show me now. We have the Queen of Swords. Powerful. Let's see if I can get this coming clear on camera. I'm not entirely sure. A Queen of Swords. Okay. So this is somebody who has very keen thinking, extremely logical, and as viewed here, will lop off your head if you get it wrong. If you get the wrong, if you make a wrong move, they can actually cut your head off verbally, okay? This is, you know, mathematicians, engineers, teachers, very detail-oriented people, scientists, anything like that. But let's see what else we have to unravel here. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3, please. Pile number 3. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3 and show me now. The Eight of Cups. And we have the Prince of Wands, okay? Let's see if that comes in on camera. Maybe, kind of, sort of, right? Okay. So we have the Eight of Cups. I have like someone basically cutting off a past, cutting off a situation where they poured a lot of time, a lot of energy, effort, a lot of blood, sweat, tears into each and every cup. They reached the 8th cup and they found that they were quite involved with cycles. Like they kept trying to make this work. I feel like this is you, and it just didn't. So in the end, I feel it reminds me of like the girl with the dragon tattoo. It's like she doesn't, you know, take numbers. She's just going to deal with it and move on. And I feel like in some ways you dealt with it and you are moving on and you're in the process of moving on. This could, for some people, cause quite a lot of sadness. For others, I feel like there's a little precise kind of like, what the hell, you know? I don't want to say self-righteousness, but a little bit of oomph in there. Now, I want to share this image with you. I love these cards, like I said, but check this out. How beautiful is that? So we have the Prince of Wands here. This is a Prince of Wands that's like in and out energy. Definitely not my favorite prince. But in this deck, I absolutely love it. And look at all of, it's like this person's bringing the storm. And this is about passion. It speaks about passion, about desire, about movement. Now, in this case, this person is moving towards the past. And it almost seems to be saying, you know what? I've done a lot in the past. I've cut out a lot in the past. And I'm going to kind of conquer that. I'm going to conquer cycles, because I see a lot of cycles, a lot of almost like illumination, a lot of cycles here with a wheelchair, of course, and then blazing a trail as well with movement. But it's excuse me, it's movement with understanding that, you know what, you've done cycles over and over again, and that you're not playing around any longer, that you are done. I feel like there's an element of, you know what, I'm done with people that place me in cycles that are not beneficial, that make me spin my wheels, that do not benefit me one way or another, that kind of a thing. So I think that you're kind of looking at your past and making judgments and understanding, okay, that wasn't to my benefit, that wasn't good, that was a cycle. And that's going to help you make progress. Show me why the Queen of Swords is here, please, along with these other cards for pile number 3. And show me now. The Devil, yes. Pardon me. So let's see if we can actually get in closer. Some of you guys actually like to look at the cards. Okay. And so we have everybody kind of, it's like a BDSM scenario, isn't it? And so everybody's kind of like wrapped up, tied up, and there's this devil kind of controlling everything. And it's interesting because everybody is like tied up, but they're upside down in relationship to this devil. And this devil is a grand puppeteer, master manipulator. This is somebody who controls things, wants to control people, wants to confine people. So you could have been leaving that situation or evaluating this several situations that made you feel like this, okay? But you're deciding no more, and you are, you know, taking the head off of anything that puts you in this energy of making you feel like I have no wiggle room, I have no say, and I just cannot do it. So it's just not healthy for you. And I feel like once you've snipped off these cords, some of you guys can be doing cord cutting rituals as well, okay? So if that's your thing, or if you've been thinking about it, this is confirmation. Yeah, that's a great idea for you to take care of and to do. So that is the main reason why you've had to leave situations in the past, is because it's caused a lot of pain, and it was really not healthy for you. I do feel like at some point you were wearing a mask. This almost seems like a child mask. Let's see if we can bring that closer. Okay, so if you look, it almost seems like a little kid mask. And it's like, you know, I'm taking off my little kid mask with the rosy cheeks and the yes ma'am, yes sir, and yes I'll do that, and yes I'll do this or the other. And now I'm just revealing that I'm a full-on adult. I'm done with cycles. I'm aware of them. I see them clear, and I'm actually going to move in a situation that brings me the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is about your happiness, emotional happiness, okay? Which is why I feel like the 8 of Cups and the being stuck in cycles, this to me speaks of being stuck in cycles over and over and over. And I feel like that's why there's kind of a bitchiness about this reading, I think. And I think that you're somebody that, not by nature, I think that you really try to please with a little kid mask and things like that. And it just didn't bring you what you wanted. And so therefore, I think you're like, you know what? F it. I'm going to do what I have to do. And I'm done with this master manipulator. Maybe you're leaving a narcissist or a narcissistic dynamic in your relationships, whatever that may look like. But I think you're done with that. And I feel like it's also put you in a position to be kind of defensive or wary of other people. So let us move on. Pile number 3. Show me why these cards are here, please, for pile number 3, please. Why are these cards here for pile number 3? And show me now. It's a Page of Cups. So I feel like somebody might want to extend an apology to you. Okay. Somebody might want to extend an apology, or you might want to extend an apology to them. I don't feel like that is the case. For 95% or 98% of you, I'm going to say that this feels more like an apology headed your way, or somebody's trying to formulate, somebody's trying to really think about how to do it. And I feel like it's this devil. Whatever placed you in a situation where you couldn't budge, you couldn't move, whatever the case may be, I feel like it's also an apology that's, you know, because it's a page, it's not taking responsibility. This is not somebody who says, wow, pile number 3, my bad. I'm so sorry that things got out of control, that I didn't realize the stress was putting you under, or how you felt like you could move, or whatever. There's no real honesty in this. The Page of Cups in this scenario, I feel like, is very dreamy, very kind of like, I mean, I had to look closer to make sure that the bird wasn't actually pooping into this cup with the fish in the water. So maybe for some of you guys, that is a message that whatever this apology is full of poop. It's like, it's a cup full of poop. It's just not even a sincere apology, and a lack of wanting to take responsibility with this devil underneath. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Show me what I need to see. Why is the Prince of Wands here? Please show me what I need to see. Why is the Prince of Wands here for pile number 3? And show me now. Yeah, the World. Oh, wow. So this is a brand new deck for me, and I wasn't expecting this, but here we are. Okay, so the World, and this is like an ending typically. So this is a tarot before, if I didn't mention that. the before tarot. Let me just show you real quick. That's what that looks like. And this is before the images that we typically see. I like the creativity of this. So the tarot before, this is when you guys were like in union or together or things were working out. And then the after is just, it shows one figure, typically the female, having conquered the cycles and ended things. So I feel like, you know, as a Prince of Wands here, you have ideas, you have notions, you have passions of your own that you want to like really do out in the world. And you are going to be doing a lot of studying, a lot of checking things out, and a lot of like cross-referencing, I heard, in order to make sure that you're heading in the right direction, that you're making conclusions that are accurate. Woo, I heard accurate AF, okay? I'm trying not to swear because I have such a filthy mouth, but I'm gonna say that in this case, I feel like this is saying, you know what, I'm going to be really cautious about who I align myself with, who I allow close to me, especially with their nakedness, right? I'm not going to allow just anybody any longer. Anybody who just says, hey, I want you, or I want to be close to you, or whatever. We're going to examine everything. We're going to examine motives. Are you close to, like, are you my people? Are you my kind of person? Do we have the same dreams, belief systems, whatever the case may be? So I feel like you're going to be a little bit defensive. You might be a little bit like emo, somebody who really loves to dress in black, or, I mean, I feel that statement 10,000%. Anything kind of like, I don't want to say dark, but you could be somebody who collects like memorabilia of like serial killers. You could do like docuseries, or anything that has to do with like serial killers, or horror movies. I don't feel that as much, but it's possible. So anything that people would deem like dark or on the scary side or whatever, I feel like you're just kind of drawn to that, okay? So show me more. Show me more about this Eight of Cups. Why is this Eight of Cups here? What exactly are we walking away from for pile number 3? The Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like this queen is like, she's not even lifting a hand to grab the coin from the serpent. And it's like, you know, I don't even know if I want to throw in my lot with you. I don't know if I want to do this. I'm going to think about it. I'm not making a move. So if anybody did like propose to you, hey, you know, and it's a cycle, by the way, hey, we're going to do this or that, or we've always done it this way. You've always been one to help out in this area, or you have a spouse that relies on you for finances and you're the one that always pays, you know, let's say the rent and the groceries, and then your spouse, maybe they pay the electricity. I don't know. I don't know your life. Just examples, guys. Then this could be like, you know what, that no longer works for me. We're going to kind of reevaluate. We're not doing this anymore. I don't like how things have transpired. Okay. So show me more for pile number 3, please. What do we have to look forward to for pile number 3? And show me now. Ha, that's awesome. So here we have the Magician, and with the Magician, you have all the tools, and look at like the snake around his neck right now, whereas the snake is, you know, wrapped up in the tree somewhere, coming down. I also got some, I'm going to call them jumps, so we're going to address that in a minute. So I feel like you are really gathering everything back to yourself. You're gathering, it's like evaluating your tools. How does my sword work? My mental clarity, my ability to analyze. Maybe you're looking for a different job, or looking to make something different that you have never ever made or dressed before. You're looking for cups. Anybody who's willing or has, what's that word? Camaraderie? Camaraderie? I don't know. I can't say it, but hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Or anything that like serves to inspire passion or excitement within you. Anything that appears solid. So you're looking at all of your tools. You're also looking at, you know, I feel like with spiritual desire, like this is really my higher calling that I am headed towards. It's not just about money, or it's not just about wanting to control my life and da-da-da-da, although we should all be controlling our own lives and not each other's lives, ideally, right? So what else do we have? These are jumps. So we have the 3 of Swords. Not surprised to have that show here. We have the 3 of Pentacles. People working together. Okay, people working together, make heartache, heartbreak, the 2 of Cups. Yeah, so this person's mind is spilling everywhere. This person appears to have her mind still intact. And here are they're bound. These two are bound together. So whatever the case may be, I feel like you are breaking whatever bound you. Even she has a collar. I didn't even notice it. It just looks like a collar to me. So I feel like you are breaking whatever has bound you together to unhealthy situation. And it could be to somebody like a spouse that's like really controlling, or a narcissistic partner or family member, or whatever the case may be. But you're breaking that. And in that breaking that partnership, because it's caused you a lot of heartache, a lot of pain. And by the way, you've experienced a lot of betrayal in this scenario. This isn't you suddenly snapping and going crazy. I feel like that's how it could be portrayed. But this is you having endured so very much, and to the point where you're willing to cut off your own head and allow for things to change and move on. You're cutting off anything that doesn't work for you any longer, okay? And I feel like even with this blood pouring from your mind, I think that you're allowing it, you know, and I'm feeling like strong family bonds. With the King of Pentacles here, this is kind of interesting, right? Look at this image. And I'm looking at like this is, I'm depositing a coin here, and this is something that's solid. This is something that the Queen of Pentacles rejected here. And I feel like somebody gave you an offer, like, let's do it together. Let's throw in our lots together. We'll have business together. We'll do this together. It's like, no, you have constantly like hurt me or done things that are just not good for my soul, my spirit, or anything. Maybe even said things to me to change my mind and things like that. In that partnership, I want it to dissolve. So now you have this big old coin right here. And now you are the King of Pentacles. And this is like, I have my own money. I'm going to deposit time, energy, and effort into what I deem worthy. And that could be myself for now. Or that could be checking out what tools I have in order to develop into this king. Somebody who is established, somebody who has things that are tangible. I feel like you've been sold a couple of fantasies here that have just not been true, that have really eaten and eroded away at perhaps even your finances, but especially at your mind, okay? You may feel like this is a really tough time. There's no way around it. And if you do, I'm really sorry about that. I can see that for you. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3, please. And show me now. Yeah, victory. We're going to bring that closer. This is really cool. So this is right before he gets crowned. And this person is presumably like a knight, but somebody who is really well received by the community. I feel like people have seen you overcome a lot of battles, and this is like the last master battle that you're needing to overcome in order to really fulfill yourself. I know it sounds really weird, but in order to free yourself from all of this energy that's been controlling, that's been playing with maybe the back of your mind. And I do feel like people understand how far you've come. I feel like they even understand where you've come from. People have seen how you've been tightly bound and wound up. And now you might be a little bit like in a combative or defensive stance or whatever, but I think that that will kind of like die down eventually when you realize that you're out of danger and not everybody else is out to have this energy towards you of wanting to control, manipulate, or make you do things that you don't want to do, things like that. I love this energy for you. And keep in mind, you know, with the 6 of Wands, you've undergone so many battles. I feel like, beat up from the street up comes to mind personally, but I do think that you have better times coming here. And I know that you have a community of support, even if it's only online, even if it's like 2, 3, 4, or 5 friends, whatever the case may be, that they really do celebrate you. And now it's going to be the time for you to be able to accept that wreath and to accept that anointing and to accept and be able to see that you are really highly regarded, even admired. Okay, and also that you have your freedom. I love that this knight here has his horse and he's ready to just kind of gallop off and do his own thing, because that's like his independence, okay, hers independence. And with all these wands, I think that you're going to be able to pursue things that give you joy, that give you excitement, that really kind of give you a reason to wake up in the morning, all of those things. So if you resonated with this kind of reading, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led to. And I will see you at the next reading. Thank you so much, and namaste.